Can you imagine being awake for 11 straight days? That's precisely how long Randy Gardner, a high school student, remained awake back in 1964, breaking the world record for the longest period without sleep. But what do you think happened to him during those 11 days? We'll be exploring that, and a lot more, later on in this video. Here at the Slumber Sanctuary, we're always talking about how to improve your sleep, but today, we're taking a slightly different angle. We're exploring the scary world of sleep deprivation. Brace yourselves, because some of these effects are as alarming as a nightmare you can't wake up from. But it's not all doom and gloom. Remember, the darker the night, the brighter the stars. So stick around, because later in this video we'll be revealing some exciting free gifts that could transform your nights into a blissful slumber, so don't miss out. Did you know, in the Dark Ages, sleep deprivation was used as a method of torture? It makes you wonder, how bad could lack of sleep really be? Let's find out together as we count down the top 10 shocking effects of sleep deprivation. Sleep isn't just about getting rest after a long day, it's a complex process that plays a crucial role in many functions in our bodies. From the consolidation of memories to the repair and rejuvenation of various body functions, sleep keeps us fit and ready for the battles of everyday life. And yet, despite its importance, many of us are guilty of sacrificing sleep to meet the demands of our busy lives. Sleep deprivation is a beast that lurks in the shadows of our hectic lives. It's more than just feeling tired, it's a state where lack of enough sleep starts to impact our physical and mental well-being, and it's alarmingly common. With our modern-day lifestyle, millions around the world are chronically sleep deprived, and most people don't even know how much it affects us. For example, did you know that losing just 1 hour of sleep can impair your driving ability as much as having a blood alcohol concentration of 0.1%? That's beyond the legal limit in many countries. A bit worrying, right? You might think you're doing okay on your 6 hours a night, but by the end of this video, you'll be racing to get under those sheets earlier. Okay, so let's take a peek behind the curtain and unveil the true nature of this silent enemy. We start our countdown at number 10 with a shocking effect that might just age you prematurely. That's correct, our first villain in the sleep deprivation saga is premature aging. You've probably heard the term beauty sleep, right? Well, turns out it's not just a cute phrase. Your body needs sleep to repair and rejuvenate itself. It's during those restful hours of the night that your skin gets a break from the onslaught of the day, repairing damaged cells, restoring elasticity, and rebalancing hydration. Now, imagine constantly skipping on this much-needed rejuvenation time. A study at the University Hospital's Case Medical Center found that individuals who don't get enough sleep show signs of premature skin aging, and they also show a decreased ability for their skin to recover after sun exposure. In essence, not sleeping enough might just be giving you wrinkles and fine lines before their time. Makes you think twice about that late-night Netflix binge, right? But it's not just about aesthetics. This aging isn't limited to your skin. Lack of sleep also affects various biological processes in your body, leading to faster degradation of internal organs as well. So if you don't want to look like a worn-out version of yourself ahead of your age, getting a full night of sleep should be at the top of your priorities. Next up at number 9, we have something truly concerning. Sleep deprivation can actually shrink your brain. A study at the University of Oxford found out that pulling all-nighters can result in loss of brain tissue. Yes, you heard me right. Your brain might actually be shrinking if you're not getting enough sleep. During the experiment, the researchers found that participants who were sleep deprived showed a decline in the size of their frontal cortex, the region of the brain responsible for memory, decision-making, and social behavior, among other things. And if you're thinking, hey, I can manage on just a few hours of sleep, I don't feel any different, then hold on to that thought, because the really scary part is that you might not feel the difference initially, but your brain does. On to number 8 on our countdown. This one is all about our beloved memory. Just think for a second about the memories you cherish the most, the ones that make you smile or tear up, the ones you'd never want to lose. What if I told you that sleep deprivation might rob you of your ability to make such memories? Numerous studies, including one from the University of California, have shown that lack of sleep can significantly impact both your short-term and long-term memory. So those precious memories you hold dear might start to fade away, or you might struggle to make new ones if you are constantly skimping on sleep. During sleep, Especially during the rapid eye movement or REM stage, our brains process and consolidate the information and experiences we've gathered throughout the day. It's like our mind's way of decluttering and organizing itself. Without enough sleep, this process gets hampered, leading to memory impairments. And it's not just about recalling your past. Sleep deprivation can also impact your ability to learn new information. A study conducted at Harvard Medical School found that students who pulled all-nighters had a 40% reduction in their ability to learn new things. This is because the brain's ability to absorb new information gets severely impaired without enough rest. In essence, by not getting enough sleep, you're not just ruining your present but might also be stealing from your future. Sliding into number 7, we delve into a realm that is usually associated with tales of horror and nightmares. But trust me, this is no fiction. It's a dreadful reality for those severely sleep-deprived. We're talking about hallucinations. Ever seen those horror movies where the protagonist starts seeing things that aren't there, usually because of a lack of sleep or extreme stress? Well, it's not entirely baseless. One of the more severe consequences of extreme sleep deprivation is experiencing hallucinations. According to research by the California Institute of Technology, lack of sleep can cause certain neurons in our brain to become overactive and randomly fire off signals, leading to these hallucinations. That's right, the world around you might start to twist and morph into an alternate reality if you're severely sleep deprived. Look, we're not saying that missing out on a couple of hours of sleep every once in a while is going to make you start seeing things, but chronic sleep deprivation or missing out on several nights of sleep can play serious tricks on your mind. Remember our friend Randy Gardner from the start of this video? During his 11-day wakefulness streak, he reported experiencing both auditory and visual hallucinations as the days wore on. So the next time you're considering pulling an all-nighter, remember, you might just be inviting unwanted guests into your reality. Rolling into number 6, we have a truly disheartening effect of sleep deprivation, the potential to develop mental health disorders. Research by the University of Pennsylvania examined people who were limited to only 4.5 hours of sleep per night for 1 week. The subjects reported feeling more stressed, sad, and mentally exhausted, and when they resumed normal sleep, they reported a dramatic improvement in mood. Furthermore, chronic sleep deprivation can be a significant factor in developing long-term mood disorders like depression and anxiety. A 2007 study of 10,000 people found that those with insomnia were 5 times as likely to develop depression as those without. And it's not just about mood disorders. The relationship between sleep and mental health is much more complex. Lack of sleep can lead to more serious mental health disorders, including bipolar disorder or even schizophrenia. The takeaway here is clear: sacrificing your sleep is a direct gamble with your mental health. So let's make sure we're prioritizing those precious hours of shut-eye, shall we? We're halfway through our countdown, but before we keep going, we want to thank you for watching with some free sleep-boosting gifts. Discover an entire world of sleep-boosting knowledge, tips, and tricks with the Sleep Hygiene Handbook, the Sleep Health Guide, 30 days free access to the Brainwave Club audio sessions, and the Snoring Gun in 3 Minutes program. Get each of these powerful gifts for free. Just click the link in the description below and start your journey towards better sleep. Okay, let's carry on. Cracking into our top 5, we have something that might make your heart race, quite literally. Did you know that chronic sleep deprivation can lead to heart disease? Sleep is actually incredibly important for maintaining heart health. During those restful hours, your blood pressure drops, giving your heart and blood vessels some much-needed rest. But when you cut those hours short, your blood pressure stays higher for a longer amount of time. And that's not all. Lack of sleep can also lead to higher levels of certain chemicals linked to inflammation, which may play a role in heart disease. On top of that, people who regularly sleep less than 7 hours a night have an increased risk of developing diabetes, another major contributor to heart disease. A report from Harvard Health showed that sleeping less than 5 hours a night increases the risk of developing hypertension by a whopping 32%. Another study published in the European Heart Journal found that short sleepers had a 48% higher risk of developing or dying from heart disease. So, if you're someone who's been shrugging off those missed hours of sleep, you might just be setting your heart on a dangerous path. Sliding into our number 4 spot is something that might make you lose your appetite. chronic sleep deprivation can drastically affect your metabolism and control of body weight. That's right, not getting enough sleep might be the unseen enemy in your battle against the bulge. This connection between sleep and weight may sound counterintuitive, but it's backed by some solid science. Our bodies regulate feelings of hunger and fullness through two hormones, ghrelin, which signals hunger, and leptin, which tells us when we're full. Here's the twist: sleep deprivation can mess with these hormones. In fact, a study by the University of Chicago revealed that when people were sleep deprived, their levels of leptin dropped and ghrelin levels rose. This imbalance meant they felt hungrier than they actually were, leading to overeating and, subsequently, weight gain. And it's not just about the hormones. When you're tired, you're less likely to have the energy for exercise, leading to a more sedentary lifestyle. Plus, the longer you're awake, the more opportunities you have to snack, especially on high-fat and high-sugar foods. But it doesn't stop there. Insufficient sleep also interferes with the body's ability to regulate glucose and can lead to insulin resistance, a known risk factor for obesity and diabetes. In a nutshell, cutting your sleep short might be silently adding inches to your waistline. So, for those watching their weight or trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle, prioritizing a good night's sleep might be just as important as eating balanced meals and getting regular exercise. Diving into our top 3, sleep deprivation can negatively impact our immune system, making you more susceptible to infections. That's right, when you skimp on sleep, you might be opening the door to all sorts of nasty bugs. Research has shown that people who get less than 7 hours of sleep are nearly 3 times more likely to develop a cold than those who sleep for 7 hours or more. This is because during sleep, your immune system produces protective proteins called cytokines. These little soldiers of your body not only help you sleep, but they also combat infection and inflammation. Less sleep means less production of these vital defenders. Furthermore, a study by the University of Washington found that even a small amount of sleep loss can impair immune function. Subjects in this study who got less sleep had a diminished response to a hepatitis B vaccine, producing fewer antibodies and, therefore, were potentially less protected from the virus. So, if you're wondering why you keep catching colds or why that flu seems to linger on, it might be time to evaluate your sleep schedule. Soaring into number 2, we tackle a devastating consequence of sleep deprivation that you might not expect: a decreased lifespan. Yes, consistent lack of sleep might actually be shortening your life. According to a study by the University of Warwick, people who sleep less than 6 hours a night have a 12% higher chance of premature death, when compared to those who get the recommended 6 to 8 hours. And why is this? Well, many of the effects we've discussed so far, like an increased risk of heart disease, obesity, weakened immunity, and mental health disorders, all contribute to a reduced lifespan. Moreover, research published in the Sleep Journal showed that short sleepers, those who regularly sleep less than 6 hours per night, showed significant cognitive decline, which could lead to dementia and early death. I think the message is loud and clear: to live a long and healthy life, we need to ensure we're giving our bodies the rest they need. And finally, the number 1 shocking effect of sleep deprivation is significant brain damage. That's right, as well as shrinking your brain like we discussed earlier, regular lack of sleep can literally damage your brain. A study by the University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine revealed that extended wakefulness can actually injure neurons, particularly those that are essential for cognition and alertness. Even worse, this damage could be permanent. What's more, research from the University of California showed that after prolonged sleep deprivation, brain cells begin to eat parts of the brain's synapses. Yes, your brain might start eating itself if you don't give it the rest it needs. And let's not forget, the brain needs sleep to carry out essential maintenance and repair. It's during sleep that it flushes out harmful toxins, makes critical connections, and processes memories. A lack of sleep throws a wrench into all these processes, leading to issues ranging from forgetfulness to serious cognitive decline. You might have thought that, after a good night's sleep, our bodies will bounce back from any sleep deprivation. Well, this evidence suggests that might not be the case. Okay, we've reached the end of our countdown, and I think we've all had a wake-up call about just how vital sleep is for our health. From affecting your mood, to damaging your brain, sleep deprivation is a silent enemy we need to avoid. But here's the good news: it's never too late to change your habits and prioritize sleep. Check out our other videos, such as the top 5 proven tips to fall asleep quickly, for some simple tips and tricks. Remember, sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Just as you wouldn't skip meals or stop drinking water, you shouldn't skimp on sleep. Also, remember to claim your free bonus sleep-boosting gifts by clicking the link in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me in the Slumber Sanctuary. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. We wish you a blissful, rejuvenating night ahead. Sleep well, and sweet dreams.